what's going on, guys? Dale Valor here from Modern Valor Dating. Listen, today we are extending our series on date ideas. You know, date ideas that are affordable, things that you can do in a lockdown. And, you know, even when there's not a lockdown going on, you can still do all these same type of things, right? So here's the deal. We wanted to put this series together because guys are always complaining about not having things to do. You know, like, oh, I don't have any ideas. You know, so that's why we're doing these videos right now, all right? So what we're doing today is we're going around a downtown area. Now listen, a lot of you guys live in big cities, a lot of you don't. Even if you don't live in a big city, here's the deal. You can always find a bigger city that's around you. Also, even if you live in a small town, man, there's always going to be things to do, all right? So that's the deal. We're gonna hop into it right now. Let's get it. Hey guys, just wanted to take this quick time out just to remind you, if you're getting value out of this channel, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, because we don't want you to miss anything. All right, we're gonna hop right back into the video. Let's get it. Number one, you can bounce. What I mean by that is, we talked a little bit about this in the mall video. There's always things to do, things to see, different venues, different things to check out. Like every shot that we're gonna do is going to be a different place, and it's all within walking distance. So it gives you the option to go from place to place to place, gives you new things to talk about, a new energy, a new vibe in each one of those different areas. See, here's the deal, and I don't know why this is, but just somewhere in human psychology, it's like this. The more that you bounce, the more places that you go with somebody, even if it's only for a couple of hours, you get that feeling like you know that person so much better. Like, have you ever had somebody tell you, like, you know, we've only known each other for a little bit, but I feel like I've known you forever? In large part, that's probably because you went to several different places, all right? So that's the whole idea of bouncing. We're gonna hop into number two. Let's go. Number two. There's lots of things to talk about. We talked about this a little bit in the last point, but here's the deal. Like I said, every little place has its own vibe. And so when you move around from area to area to area, you know, it gives you a new environment to, you know, you can have a us against the world conspiracy going on where it's you and her and you're just kind of like talking about the other people and, you know, did you see this guy wearing that, or this dude was doing this, and things like that. In a busy downtown area, you get a lot of that because you get a lot of characters, trust me. You know what I mean? So it gives you plenty to talk about. Another thing is, you know, maybe not so much this year, but in a normal world, you know, there's always like festivals and things like that going on. So you may not even be planning on going to a festival, but hey, here's one, you know, and you just go and hang out there, or a carnival or some kind of outdoor party thing going on that you can just become a part of, and then bounce around to the other places too. You know what I mean? So you have plenty to talk about, because I hear so many guys complain, I don't know what to talk about. Talk about where you're at. Talk about what you're doing, who's around you, what's around you. This cool band's playing over here. This place is open. They have like these crazy mixed drinks over here. This place does this over there, you know, and you can just go from venue to venue to venue, all right? And you'll have all kinds of things to talk about. All right, we're gonna get into number three. Let's go. Number three, it's a cool aesthetic. What I mean by that is, usually downtown areas, in particularly in a bigger city, you know, you have all these different places, right? We've talked about that already. But the vibe is usually cosmopolitan, you know what I mean? And it just has kind of a cool, depending where you go, like you could find places that are retro. You could find places that are neo-Gothic. You could find places that are dive bars. You could find places that are art galleries. You know, like there's all kinds of places that you can go that just has a cool aesthetic. And you just feel like, you know, like you bring a girl, and particularly if she doesn't like go to downtown areas very often, you take her there, and it just shows a sense of class, and it shows gives you a sense of sophistication. We touched on that a little bit in the art video that we did, you know what I mean? And so it just kind of gives you that air of, you know what's going on, you know about cool things, and it just looks cool, and there's just things to do, you know what I mean? All right, we're gonna hop into number 4. Let's go. Number 4, it shows a metropolitan lifestyle. We touched on that a little bit in the last point, but it shows that you're a man about town. You know the things that are going on in your city. You know what's up, right? So she can always count on you to have something cool to do, right? And see, here's the deal. A lot of guys, they think like, oh, I got to have this all planned out perfect, and I got to, you know, we're going to get dinner reservations at this place and then go to a movie or something like that. And dude, that's so lame, because look, I mean, it shows no thought. It shows no kind of uniqueness about yourself. All that shows is that, like, dinner and a movie, you know, you want to take her places that she's going to be excited about going to, in particularly if it's your first time hanging out with this girl. You want to go to places that are going to be exciting, that she wants to go to, not just like, you know, let's get coffee. Like, we're just going to sit and drink coffee. Like, fantastic. You know, like, nobody really wants to do that. They only do it because it's socially acceptable. When is the last time you were like, oh my God, there's a new Starbucks. I can't wait. I got to get the Starbucks immediately. Oh my God, this is going to be fantastic. Let me call every girl I know. You know what I mean? Like, no, nobody gets excited about that. So go to somewhere different, and it shows that you have that type of lifestyle, that you know what's going on around you. All right, we're going to get into number 5. Let's go. Number 5, there's always something going on. All right, now we talked about this a little bit already in the video, but I'm going to go a little bit deeper on it. See, you know, there's an energy to when you come to a thriving downtown area where there's people walking around and shopping and doing things, and, you know, and there's all this stuff going on. It adds to the air of excitement. It adds to the sense of belonging and a sense of community, that we're all doing all these things together and getting to know strangers and new people. Like, I cannot tell you how many times that I went out with somebody or I actually make a bunch of friends because me and her, I'll just say, hey, let's go make some new friends, and we'll just walk around and start kicking it with people. You know what I mean? And you get to hear people's story and what's going on with them and who they are and what they do and all this type of stuff. And it takes all the pressure off of you to be FaceTime, one-on-one. Yeah, sure, you want to get to know her and you want her to get to know you, but that's all part of it. She gets to see how you interact with people. She gets to see how you act in a public setting, you know, and it just adds to that excitement. So, yeah, guys, listen. If you get value out of this, make sure you subscribe to the channel, as well as, like I said, this is a whole series on date ideas. So what I want you to do is go back to the first video, watch that video, and go through all the videos to start getting some juices flowing in your mind so you can think of outside of the box ideas. All right, so I will see you there.